Welcome back to the channel, or hi if you're new here. I'm Elise, and today we're going to be learning how to crochet this super easy crochet hook case. You can also use these for pencils and pins, or sunglasses, or whatever you'd like. This is a beginner-friendly project, and I will be going over all the stitches with you as we use them. This is also customizable, so I will be covering how to change the size of your case if you'd like to. And all you're going to need to get started is some worsted weight for acrylic or cotton yarn. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, and a 5mm hook. Okay, once you have everything, we are ready to get started. To get started, the first thing we need to do is make our slip knot. To make a slip knot, we're going to wrap the yarn around 2 of our fingers and across. Then pinch that yarn tail with your thumb so it doesn't come undone. Then I'm taking my pointer finger on my other hand and putting it under the first strand of yarn and over the second. Then flip that second strand of yarn up and just pull it tight to make your slip knot. Let's do that together one more time. Wrap the yarn around 2 of your fingers and across. Pinch the yarn tail with your thumb. Take your finger on your other hand and put it under that first strand of yarn and over the second. Then flip that second strand of yarn up and pull it tight. Now that we have our slip knot, we can go ahead and put our hook into that loop. Pull on the short yarn tail here to go ahead and tighten that loop down. And now we're ready to get started on our chain. To make a chain, just grab the yarn and pull it right through that loop on your hook. Again, grab the yarn and pull it right through the loop on your hook. And that's how you make a chain. Now our chain here is going to be the width of our case, so you can really make this as large or as small as you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and chain 10, but like I said, you can make this as wide or as narrow as you like by changing the number of chains we're about to make. Once you have all of your chains, we can go ahead and start on row 1. For row 1, we're going to make 1 half double crochet into each one of our chains, starting in the second chain from the hook. So if you look at your chain here, you'll see this first one is the first chain from the hook, and this one here is the second chain from your hook. So your first half double crochet should go into that second chain. To make a half double crochet, we're going to yarn over, put your hook into that second chain, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops on your hook to make your half double crochet. Again, yarn over. I'm going into that next chain. Yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops on the hook. So we have our 2 half double crochets made. I'm just going to continue making 1 half double crochet to each one of my chains until I get to the end of my chain. You should have 1 less half double crochet stitch than the number of chains that you made. That's because we skipped that first chain from the hook. So just keep that in mind as you work. And I'm making my last half double crochet into that very last chain, just like that. And we're all done with row 1. Before every row, we're going to start by chaining 1, and then flip your work over so you can start working back down in the opposite direction. Okay, before we start on row 2, go ahead and look at the top of your work, and you'll see we have this V at the top of every stitch. Just make sure when you're making your half double crochets that you're going under both of those loops, just like that. For row 2, we're going to make 1 half double crochet into each one of our stitches for the entire row. And we'll start right here in this first stitch. Yarn over, I'm going into that very first stitch. Again, make sure you go under both of those loops. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. And again, I'm just going to keep doing that all the way down until I get to the end of my row. should have the same number of half double crochets here in row 2 that you had at the end of row 1. So because I had 9 half double crochets in row 1, I'll have 9 half double crochets in row 2. Make sure you don't miss this last stitch down here. It is really easy to miss, and if you miss it, your work is just going to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller as you add rows. Okay, so I have all 9 of my half double crochets. We're ready to start on row 3, but first we have to chain 1 and flip our work so we can work back down in the opposite direction. Row 3 is going to be exactly the same as row 2. I'm just making 1 half double crochet into each one of my stitches starting in that very first stitch. And again, you're going to have the same number of half double crochets in row 3 that you had in row 2. Once you're at the end of row 3, just like always, we will chain 1 and flip our work over so we can work back down in the opposite direction. Okay, so now we're just going to keep repeating row 3 until we have a long rectangle of fabric that is a little bit more than double the length that we want our finished case to be. So you can make your case as large or small as you'd like. If you're using it for crochet hooks or pencils or for glasses, you'll want to just go ahead and measure whatever you're going to be putting in your case and see how long you need it to be. So like I said, we're just going to keep adding rows until we have a long piece of fabric that is an inch or 2 longer than double the length that we need our finished case to be. Okay, so I ended up doing 38 rows in total, and this is what we're looking like so far. So in just a minute, we're going to fold this up, but I'm going to go ahead and show you so you can see if you need to make yours a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. We're basically going to fold it in half, but leave about an inch or 2 here at the top. And that is going to be our closure that folds over just like that. So we're basically going to attach these 2 sides together here, and then our hooks can go in like this, and then it will close here at the top. Okay, before we can do that though, we're going to do one more step. We're going to basically single crochet all the way around the entire edge of our project here to go ahead and clean up all of those edges. We'll go ahead and make another row just like we have been doing, but this time we'll make single crochets instead of half double crochets. So let's start in this first stitch here. To make a single crochet, we're going to go into that first stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 2 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through both of those loops on the hook. Again, go into that next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through 2. And just keep making your single crochets all the way across until the end of the row. Into this last stitch here, because we're going to be working around this corner, we're going to place 3 single crochets all into this last stitch. So there's a 1 single crochet. I'm going back into that same stitch and making my second and my 3rd single crochet, just like that. Now because we're working along the side of our project now, we don't have any defined stitches to work into. You just want to make your stitches as even as possible, and you should have about 1 single crochet per row. So go ahead and keep making your single crochets all the way down the side of your project here. Just spacing your single crochets out as evenly as you can. Once you work down to this next corner, go ahead and put another 3 single crochets into that corner stitch. just like that, and then we'll work 1 single crochet into each one of these loops. This is our original chain that we made, so it's not an actual stitch we're working into, but it's the back loop of that original chain that we made. So you're just going to place 1 single crochet into each one of those loops. Once you make it to this next corner, make your 3 single crochets into that corner stitch. And continue working along this edge until you get back to this corner over here. Make your last 3 single crochets into that last corner space. Okay, once you've made your last 3 single crochets into that last corner stitch, I'm going to find the first single crochet that I made and make a slip stitch into that first single crochet. To make a slip stitch, we're going to grab the yarn and pull up a loop. Then just pull that right through that loop on your hook to make your slip stitch. And I'm going to keep making slip stitches until I get to the centermost stitch at this top edge here. So making my slip stitch in this next stitch here. Again. And I think this one looks pretty much in the middle. So I'm going to stop slip stitching there. And now I'm going to make my little closure loop. So you can see on this one that I already have finished, my bow is acting as the little button. And then we have this loop that goes around the bow to go ahead and close everything up. So if you have a larger applique like I do, you can make a larger chain here in just a second. Or if you have more of a small applique or a small button, you can make a shorter chain. And now we're going to chain 7. And then we'll make a slip stitch again into the same stitch. And you can see we've made our little closure loop for our case. Now we're going to tie off by chaining 1. Cut the yarn. Just pull that up through that chain that you just made and pull it tight. And we can go ahead and weave in this yarn tail. Now that we have the main piece of our bag finished, we're going to go ahead and fold it up and sew everything together. First, make sure that you have the wrong side of your work facing you. So this is the side that we did our slip stitches on with the side facing us. We're going to go ahead and flip it over. Then I'm going to fold this up like this. And I'm going to leave a little bit here at the top, which is going to fold over just like that. So you can play with this a little bit until you're happy with the way it looks. But I'm going to go ahead and keep mine just like this. Now that we have everything folded up the way that we like, we're going to go ahead and sew together these 2 edges here on this side and the same thing over here. I'm just going to take my tapestry needle with the same yarn color and start by attaching it down here. You can also just use your crochet hook and do a slip stitch along both of these edges, and the same thing over there. If you prefer to do that instead of using a tapestry needle, it's totally up to you. Okay, now that I have that attached with my tapestry needle, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the mattress stitch along both of these edges here to sew everything up. You can use any stitch that you like. Like I said, you can also just do a slip stitch with your crochet hook. You can use the whip stitch, but I'm going to be doing the mattress stitch. To do the mattress stitch, we're going to go into the back loop of that first stitch and the back loop of the stitch right across from it. Go ahead and pull that through. And then because we pulled through to this side, we're going to go in the same way we came out into the back loop of this next stitch and the back loop of the stitch right across from it. Pull that through. And because we pulled through to this side, we're going to go in the same side in that next stitch in the back loop and the back loop of the stitch right across from it and pull that through. And we're just going to keep repeating that all the way down until we have both of these edges sewn together. Okay, once you have that all sewn up, go ahead and tie off. And then we'll just do the exact same thing over here on this other side. Okay, our last step to finish up our case is to add the little button or applique here for our loop to go around so this can actually close. I'm going to be using this bow here. I have a tutorial for this on my channel, which I will leave a link for down in the description if you'd like to make this to use as your closure. I use the same one over here on this one. I have a tutorial for a little heart applique, a star, a few different things that you can use if you'd rather do that instead of the bow. You can also just use a button. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this flap down and determine where that loop is sitting. And we want to go ahead and sew our applique onto our pouch right where that loop is going to fold down to. So let's fold that back up, and then we'll sew our applique or our button right where that loop is going to hit. Make sure when you're sewing that you're only sewing through this top layer. You don't want to sew all the way through your entire bag here. Once you get that applique or button sewn in place, your little pouch is ready to use. You're just going to fold that down. We can put the loop around that button or the applique, just like that, and you are all done. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. Go ahead and let me know in the comments how your pouch turned out and what you're going to be using it for. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next video.